confusing. But with insights and guidance from author experts just like us, you can tackle the writing process competently and be assured that the goal of being a published author is within reach. Welcome to the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit, the place for Caribbean authors to shine. With each staging of our summit, leading Caribbean author experts at home and in the diaspora share their stories and strategies to win with books beyond book sales. In the process, aspiring and published authors are inspired and lives are transformed. The Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit will ensure that fewer books die in the minds of their authors, more manuscripts become published legacies, and precious lives are transformed with the turn of each page.
Racquel Newman is a certified online business consultant and digital marketing expert specializing in email marketing. Author of The Albino Marketer, Achieving Success Online Despite the Odds, Racquel has overcome multiple struggles associated with albinism. She has been a co-host of the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit since its inception. With over a decade of experience in working online, Racquel has helped her clients to grow their businesses by using proven digital marketing strategies and tools to increase their qualified leads and nurture them into paying customers. Racquel has worked with notable companies such as ClickFunnels, Internet Income Jamaica, Podcatcher, and Player FM. Racquel is a co-owner of BambuSparks Publishing and is a founding member of the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy. Let's welcome Racquel to the summit.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. As introduction said, I'm Racquel Newman. It's my pleasure to be here co-hosting the summit once again. I absolutely love being here. So before I go too far into it, let me apologize in advance. I use a large screen monitor, so from time to time you'll see me looking over the other side, but don't don't think I'm ignoring you guys. I am 100% not. So that's brief overview. So let me give you a brief rundown of how we are going to do the summit. We just had the introductions. We're going to have some fun stuff. We're going to be interacting. We'll have some giveaways. We're going to be talking about our ASA membership. Look out for that, the whole mission, vision. Then we will, of course, highlight our sponsors. We're going to have the exciting moment. Oh, by the way, I neglected to do this. The summit today is all about how to publish smarter and faster in the age of AI. Let me just go over again. How to publish smarter and faster in the age of AI. So 100% you're going to love it. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun. You'll have the opportunity to win prizes or feature presentation by Ruth Taylor is going to be amazing. She is, of course, our rocket writer and publisher, and you're going to learn so much from her. Um, so that's our brief overview. So check in. Let's see who is excited to be here. Are we excited to be here? Let me see. Yes. Heck yeah. Have you been loving the summit so far? Seeing if I am looking across on my monitor to see if I see any chats coming up. All right, let me just check in. One moment. Okay, awesome. Well, guess what? Oh, I see here. Yes. Lovely. It's so good to see you. This is awesome. All right, so in the interest of time, absolutely yes. It takes some time to come in. Love it. Love it. Glad that you're overjoyed to be here. It's amazing. You're not going to regret it. Um, you know what? Let's start. So now that we have done our check-in, I'm going to do the first giveaway. And let's see, what do I start with? So this first giveaway, I'm going to ask a question. The thing with this giveaway, though, is it's a physical book copy. So the ideal person for this copy should be in Jamaica because you have to go and collect the book. So are we ready for the giveaway? It's going to be so easy. Don't worry about it. Hi, it's good to see you. All right. So our first question for the giveaway is super easy. When did the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit begin? Okay, let's see. Let's see if I see the answers. Let me ask the question again. When did the Caribbean Authorpreneur Secret Summit begin? Waiting to see the answers. Come on, you got this. No winners yet? Let's see. Is it that someone is typing? Uh, No, I see 2018. No, I see
No.
somebody said somebody wants me to do math. No, I don't do math. I see a math problem here. But I think that oh, we have a winner. We have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And this is Claudine. You are 100% correct. The Entrepreneur Secrets started in 2021. And it's so fitting because we have a 10-year vision, and you are going to learn all about it in our next segment. Okay, awesome. So, what do you think, guys? Do you want to do the next giveaway now, or do you want to do the next giveaway a little bit later? Let's, okay, let's do it now. So we have one more giveaway to go, and let's see. This one is also super, super, super simple. If you were here last year, you can absolutely get this correct. And what we're giving away is the $1 million secret. Now, this one is open to everybody who is on the summit because it's a digital copy. So we're giving away the digital copy of $1 million book secrets. Are you ready? Are you ready? Perfect. So, $1 million book secret. So, for the $1 million question, it is name two speakers from the 2025 summit. Name two speakers from the 2025 summit. I told you it was going to be so simple. No math involved. Let's wait and see the answers come up. In my head right now, the Jeopardy song is playing. Let's see. The Jeopardy song. Ta-na-na, ta-na-na. So, yes, Jeopardy song is playing in my head. Waiting on the answers. Two. Oof. I love that. Let's see. Hmm. Ruth Taylor and Racquel. That's. I wanted to name one more. One of them is definitely correct. You're correct, but oh, you're partially correct. One of them is correct. So you're so close. Claudette, you're so close. It's presenter. So Ruth Taylor was a host, but I need presenters. It was two presenters. So yes, I presented last year. But who is the second presenter? You got these, guys. You got this. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Check your email if you registered last year. Mhm. All right, let me give you a hint. One of the persons who presented is super, super, super famous, world renowned, known. Hindupreneur. And this person is also famous in indie publishing. So they're very famous. They're famous for independent publishing, indie publishing. A lot of people know them. Um, let's see. Let me see if I can give any hints. Come on, check your email. And one of the person is a sex therapist, very famous in Jamaica. So, see, I'm giving you so many hints. One person is famous in indie publishing, another person is a famous Jamaican sex therapist. If you're in the Christian universe, I'm sure you know this person. Marriage and family therapy. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. That's correct. So I, Racquel Newman, presented as well as Dr. Carla Dunbar. That's 100% correct. You won, honey, you won. Yeah, that's the awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. See, this was a lovely interactive session. Um, Now we're going to move into the next segment of the how to publish smarter and faster in the age of AI. And I want to take a brief moment. There will be a video. I want to take a brief moment to talk about. Okay, good. Sorry. I just want to. There's going to be a brief video played. Um, there's going to be a brief video played about the Entrepreneur Secrets Move Academy, but it's a movement. And we have two main visions for the ASA movement. So it's Entrepreneur Secrets Academy movement, but it's ASA for short, ASA. And there are two things that we want to look at. We have a Vision 2030 goal of training of 10,000 entrepreneurs, right? It's what we will do there. We'll have them featured in. We'll have rockstar features in Roots 2030 coffee table book, and we want to celebrate them. We want to celebrate our entrepreneurs because we want to create 10,000 entrepreneurs. I tell you how the entrepreneurs will come to be. We want to have a hybrid, we want to have an in-person summit. It's going to be hybrid, but we will have a physical location. It's a grand gala. It will be held at either the Pegasus or the AC Marriott. Because it's 2030, so as time comes, more details will be followed. The whole point of this is to celebrate the entrepreneurs and launch the coffee table book. So how are we going to have our 10,000 entrepreneurs? Well, we want to have 1,000 authors that we partner with, and these authors, they will also go and help 10 other people to become authors. So you see how we get to the 10,000, right? We partner with 1,000 authors, and we ask them to go out there and spread the mission, and to also partner with, train up, raise up 10 other authors. And to be considered an entrepreneur, because this is important, each author must create from their book an initiative that earns at least $1,000 US. And it is possible. I do marketing, and my book is digital marketing, and from that I've had services that has generated well over $1,000 US. So it is possible. We have tons of other, authors that we have partnered with that also has made this happen. That being said, let's share the introduction video that talks about the ASA movement. Okay, so can we have the ASA video?
Traditional author merely focuses on book sales, all right? No, the authorpreneurship model, as I said, it is different from, you're not just an author. So the traditional author merely focuses on book sales, all right? And their aim is to just sell a lot of books. The authorpreneurship model is like leveling up from being an author. So traditionally, most authors focus on book sales. So you're thinking of selling 1 million books and you want your books in bookstores and airport. And if you've sold 1 million books, that is like the mark. And we're not saying that we're not going to encourage you to sell 1 million books, but we're saying that it's beyond book sales. You are thinking of multiplying your impact with a book. So the book is not the end product. It is one product, and it can be a means to a greater end. So think impact multiplied. Think the word here is leverage. So we move from just volume of sales to seeing how this book can help us to bring a vision to reality. That is what we are doing. You're using the book to support a vision. So if you want to alleviate poverty, you could use the book to start a business. It could be a publishing business where you employ persons to offer different publishing services, where you are providing employment. And that is actually part of my vision. Or if your vision is to help marriages, restore marriages, to build family, you could write a book surrounding family life and marriages, and then you leverage that now to use that platform to speak, because once you write a book, people want to know, what have you written about? And the door is open. So this part here, sometimes people tend not to understand. In the authorpreneurship model, we are not focusing on many individuals, meaning we're not saying it's, okay, I need to have 1 million readers. What we're doing is taking the message of the book, and we want it to get into the hands of leaders and persons who will take that message and bring it to the masses. We know there's a reading problem, that many people don't like to read, but if we get that message into the hands of the influencers, persons who are leaders, they are able to take the message of the book to the masses, so the masses don't necessarily have to read, and it can still be impactful. A good example of that is what happened in the Bible with King Josiah. Moses wrote a book more than 300 years before Josiah's time. This young king, someone read the book of Moses, the books of Moses to him. It so impacted him that message, he went and he brought national reform. That's what I'm talking about. So we don't just look at the book buyers, but we want to build up the leaders. We don't just look at book sales. We look at it as a platform. We don't just look at single product, but multiple products. And we move from single income stream to multiple income stream. All right, that's it for today. Just reminding you that of the making of books, there is no end. Go pen it to win it and dominate authorpreneurship. Ta for now, until next time.
Awesome. That was a wonderful video. I always like that. Of the making of books, there is no end. It was Ruth Taylor that first introduced that to me. And it may not always be top of mind in my head, but every time I hear it, it just rings so true. Books last forever. They carry on even long after the author is gone. There are books that was written, that have been written like hundreds of years ago, that now they're resurfacing and they're touching people's lives. And it's amazing when you hear about the power of books, when you hear about the amount of lives books have, changed. When people talk about some of the businesses that they have started, is that, I don't know if that's Exodus or ECT, of making many books. There is no end, right? Ecclesiastics. Ecclesiastes, thank you. Gosh, guys, forgive my limited Bible knowledge, but we will continue. So we're gonna move into the segment now about our sponsors. Our main sponsor is BambuSparks for this session. And I wondered, are we ready with the video that talks about the products and services? If not, I can run through. Okay, awesome. So that's our sponsor, BambuSparks. And we have a couple of products that we want to talk about. So on our website, um, we do nonfiction, we do poetry, clean and wholesome Caribbean novels. So we have a couple of new things. We have a 14-day release spark and a 30-day release spark. So with this 14-day release spark, we're talking about a 110-page testimonial notebook and journal plus royalty share on the first 1,000 copies. With this, you're submitting a 2 to 3 page, 800 to 1,000 word inspiring testimony or short story of success against all odds. And trust me, as Jamaicans, as Caribbeans, like as humans, we all have inspiring stories to share. We all have inspiring stories to share. Then we go with
Publish
the
your
final
story
book
without
format
breaking the
paperback.
bank through BambuSparks. Do you have a burning testimony or inspirational story that's worth publishing? Perhaps the cost of publishing has prevented you from sharing it. But now is your opportunity to publish your story without breaking the bank through BambuSparks' Pages of Hope Rapid Release Spark. In just 14 days, you can get your story published. Submit your testimony in 2 to 3 pages or in 800 to 1,000 words to get featured in our Pages of Hope testimonial notebook and journal. Ideal for Christians, entrepreneurs, coaches, nonprofits, or anyone with an inspiring story of achieving success despite the odds. Submit your testimonies between February 1 to 28. Successful applicants will be announced in March with publication in April. Publishing fee, US $500. Conditions apply. Complete the application form at www.bambusparks.com/publishing-deals and email submissions to admin@bambusparks.com.
Awesome. So that's one. And then we have another one that I'll just talk about very quickly and then share the video, because we do have a video. This is our 30-day rapid release spark. And with this one, you're getting an 8,000 to 10,000 word prepared manuscript requiring light editing. Author retains 100% royalties. And we have, included like editing, formatting, ISBN, cover design. Let's play the video for that one so you can learn more about what you're getting with the 30-day release spark.
In 30 days. Are you a pastor or Bible teacher? Would you like to convert your sermons to a small but powerful book to preserve your message and reach a wider audience? Then the Sermon to Book Rapid Release Spark is just for you. In just 30 days, you can get your book of 8,000 to 10,000 words published for just US $1,500. Conditions apply. Manuscript must be properly organized, well written, and require light editing. Submissions begin in February 2026. Manuscripts will be assessed before being accepted. Manuscripts that exceed the word count will not be reviewed. A payment plan is available. Conditions apply. Apply now at www.bambusparks.com/publishing deals. Email manuscript to admin@bambusparks.com.
Okay, so these are two of our services, but we have more. So let's bring up our website so that we can talk about some of the other services that we have to offer. Okay, perfect. So we have the 90-day publishing spark, and this one is management from manuscript to publication, Amazon only. And some of the services include a complete 15,000 word book, 100 to 150 pages, plus 10 copies. The author will retain 100%, 90-day. I don't know if I made a mistake with that, the 90-day publishing spark. The author retains 100% royalties, copyright, and book ownership. So some of us will have the final book formats, paperback and ebook, an assigned publishing manager, editing, proofreading, formatting, and ISBN. Cover design, there are some conditions. So all of this is on our website. You have 3 to 6 scheduled consultation calls, email and WhatsApp messages. It's tons of benefits here. We're looking at Amazon A+ content and author central page setup. We have post-publication book management toolkit, and these are some of the things included. So you have launch templates, you have book mockups, you have your KDP management guide. So we're going to go down a little bit more, and we're going to, these are some of our add-on services that we can do. So let me just name out just a few, like you have a basic online broadcast package that's pretty reasonable. Then we can give you an author website. This starts at $350. And we can talk about the hardcover version that is offered. So when you go on the website, just take a look at our add-on services. Let's go down. So in our publishing market space, we have a self-publishing Sparks, and this is in our beta testing. This is our beta version. So this starts at $100. And this is 5-day express, US $30 per additional per express. Sorry. This is standard delivery 5-day express. And there are some conditions that apply to this because it's an express service. So it has to be properly formatted and the works. This, of course, will be reviewed. So you'll have to reach out to us. Final chapters depends on word count, design needs, client needs. So going down, we have here structural editing up to 8,000 words. You have copy editing, 7,000 words. These are some of the things that we have in there. We have cover design, of course, conditions apply to that. Book formatting per version up to 15,000 words. We have publishing consultation, and this is a 30-minute consultation. And this is what $100 gives you to start, right? So this is a lot that you're getting. And this is for folks who don't want the package. So it starts at, so let me just clarify, because I wouldn't want anyone to quote me by saying, oh, Racquel, you said that all of this is for $100. No, it starts at $100, right? It starts at $100. So let's just make that clear. I wouldn't want any misconceptions, any confusion about it. Um, Ghostwriting for hire can be included. Again, this would be separate. So we'd work that out when that time comes, right? So again, the $100 is to start. This is if you don't want a package. If you don't want a package, if you know that your work won't take that long to be finished, you know, it's a quick job, it's a quick turnaround. It could actually save you money if you choose to do it this way. But this is what $100 gives you. So let's continue. Oh, right. So this is it. This is it so far. This is it. It just go on our website. You'll even see we have our roadmap, but these are the products that we're focusing on. So if you go down, if you're browsing around, you see we have a 90-day roadmap. It kind of gives you an idea of what the process looks like. All right. Are we good? Let's get some hands up. How do you guys feel? What's going through your minds right now? Are you excited? Because we're moving into it now. We're moving into the fun part of the summit. We're moving into why you're here. I mean, of course, you're here to, learn about BambuSparks, learn about what you can get, learn about the services. But I know we're all waiting to hear about publishing smarter and faster with AI. So let's do a quick check-in. How are you guys feeling about the summit? Still feeling good? Are you still feeling good about the summit? I'm looking to see any responses. And once again, congrats to our winner, the 2 prizes. Awesome, well done. Of making many books, there is no end. And so you see our vision, we have big goals, we have big dreams. And this can happen. What we would want to see is everybody earning beyond their books. Because as one of the things said, as the thing said, like authors tend to try to focus on just selling the books. But the Authorpreneur Secrets movement, the ASA movement, is selling beyond books, earnings beyond books, creating a business from your book. Are you feeling good about today? I mean, I know you guys are feeling good about today. Okay. I'm seeing the results coming in now. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Love the energy. Let's now go to what we are all waiting for. We are all waiting for Ruth Taylor, rocket writer and publisher. Now, I
leadership.
do have a video for
Her
Ruth.
doctoral research helps authors leverage their books to build brands, businesses, ministries, and earn sustainable income. She is currently completing her doctoral degree in transformational leadership. Her doctoral research focuses on entrepreneurship as a viable model for sustainable income through microfinancing, with special focus on Caribbean and emerging market contexts. As a Jamaican entrepreneur for more than a decade, with over 40 published books across fiction and nonfiction, she sits at the intersection of storytelling, scholarship, and entrepreneurship. Ruth's work centers on entrepreneurship, the strategic use of books as tools for economic empowerment, legacy building, and social impact. She trains authors to move beyond simply publishing and selling books toward publishing with purpose and profit. Coaches authors to turn their books into profitable income streams beyond book sales. If you're an author, a creative, an educator, an entrepreneur, a coach, a church leader, or an institution interested in publishing with excellence, building income generating intellectual property, and legacy building, go right ahead and connect with Ruth at authorpreneursecrets.com or bambusparks.com.
Let's welcome C. Ruth Taylor. Hi, everybody. Hi, Racquel. Thank
Hi,
you for
Ruth.
co-hosting. You have been faithfully co-hosting with me since 2021. Everybody, this is one. She said it, but in case some of you are late, so Racquel is one of the co-owners of BambuSparks Publishing. The other owner is Keth Joy Watson. Racquel has been in the online world for a long time. And every product that I launch has been with Racquel's help. So the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy, she was the one who guided me in setting up the membership group. When this summit idea, Racquel was also the one who, guided me and helped me run the summit. And I really want to give God thanks because as a person who is considered legally blind, we want to be inclusive. And just because she has vision challenges doesn't mean that she cannot be an entrepreneur. She cannot do stuff online. She cannot function. And her story is told in the book that was flashed across the screen earlier. We'll bring it up back. The Albino Marketer, and how she found success online. She wasn't doing so well in the 9 to 5 office space, but she found a way to thrive online. And thank you, Racquel. So I don't know, I
I'm going
couldn't
to
do
say
this without you.
it's my pleasure to always be here to co-host. I am going to let Ruth take it away
All right.
because she has a jam-packed, oh my God. AI, I'm going to be listening on this. So take it away, Ruth. I'll be off camera and off mic for now.
All right, thank you so much. So, this is an exciting session. Let me know how many of you in the chat that you are a published author. And if you're brave enough, how much did you pay to publish your book? Or how much would you want to pay? So, this summit is not about traditional publishing, it is about independent publishing or self publishing, where you are paying to publish. And that's why we showed you the services of BambuSparks. And it depends on how fast you want to get your stuff done. It can be done. Years ago, in terms of publishing, traditional publishing, it would take like a year, 18 months. The advent of self-publishing has cut down on the time. And so for the 9 persons who are joining us live, what's your budget for publishing your book? If you're already published, do you want to give a range or state how much you paid if you're brave enough? Because one of our aims through the summit is to teach you how to publish more cost effectively without compromising quality. And we want to show you how through AI, the advent of AI, that you are now able to save on cost. You're now able to publish faster and smarter. So I'm looking, what is your budget? How much did you pay to publish your first book? Or how much would you be willing to pay? I want to see some figures in the chat. Come on. Don't just watch. I like when it is interactive. Come on. We have some live persons and no persons will be watching the replay. What's your budget? All right. You don't want to state how much you paid, but what would be your budget for publishing your book? Talk to me. Can you hear me? Are we going to see how we're going to cut that down? Come on. Claudine, are you still there? The winner of the first 2 prizes. And Crick, are you still there? What is a good budget to publish your book? Type it in the chat. Because we're not alone, I see several persons on. All right. Can you guess what is the average budget then? Part of my studies, that was one of the question I asked. How much did you pay to publish? And I was surprised by the answer. If you don't give me the answer, I'm going to put the average range. So I did a study of, I did a research with 50 Jamaican authors. And one of the questions was, how much did you pay to publish your first book? And the prices, the prices ranged from, all right, we're getting an answer. Yes. Anne-Marie says her budget was around $750. And Anne-Marie went through the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy. Yes, good, not bad. The ranges that I got was between 500. Most of the persons spent between $500 and $1,000 US dollars, and some actually went all the way up to 3,000 US dollars. It depends on the route that you take. The average publishing services company who is offering this service, they are going to charge anywhere from 1,000 US dollars. It could go all the way up to 10,000 or 12,000. Years ago in I think it was 2018, when Racquel showed me some prices, when I was charging like $500 and all of that stuff. Racquel said, are you crazy? And she showed me what some persons were charging, because you have to look at the value of a book and what the book will do. And publishing, self-publishing can be expensive, especially if you are going the route of taking a package, working with an agency, and depending on who is working with you. So in this session, I want to show you how to publish smarter and faster and cost effective, because that's the aim. The summit is based on the book Authorpreneur Secrets, Write Fast. So you got writing fast yesterday. Publishing cost effectively is now, and generating lasting income is through the Authorpreneur Secrets course and what we've been talking about. So that's good. So if you are ready to learn how to do this, let me know. Do you believe you can write and publish a book in a day? Yes or no? Answer in the chat. Can you write and publish a book in a day? Yes or no? And if you were to do so, what kind of book do you think? What version would it be? Would it be the ebook, the paperback? Talk to me. Can you publish a book in a day? Can you write it and publish it in a day in this day and age? Yes or no? Yes or no? Come on. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm not getting any response. Yes, if you have the materials ready. Yes, Claudette Hobbins says, yes, if you have the materials ready. To a certain degree, yes, it can happen. And I'm a living testament that it can happen. So let me get into the meat of the matter and tell you how it is possible. Another person says, yes, you can write and publish an ebook in a day, but how good will it be? I like that. So many times people think that if you publish too fast, then the book is not going to be good. Well, last year, I took on the challenge of writing and publishing books in a day. Anne-Marie says, if you have super skills. And one of the books that I wrote and published in a day, I earned, let me see, how much did I earn? I earned 2,500 US dollars from creating a program around it. So I earned, that is what, 400,000 Jamaican dollars from that book that I wrote and published in a day without selling 5 copies. That's the power of entrepreneurship. And I got 4 glowing reviews so far, and the people have implementing it. And it wasn't a low content book, but yes, you're right. You can publish a low content book in a day, but this wasn't a low content journal type, lots of image. This was over 15,000 words. It is 100 and something. Let me show you the book. Do I have it here? It's my book, $1 Million Book Secrets. It should be somewhere around here. Yes, it's this book. Let me stop showing this for a moment to bring it up. It's this book, $1 Million Book Secrets. So it's small, wrote and published it in a day, but it's based on strategies that I've used and studied. And I was writing about an expertise that I have. I assessed my programs and saw that they brought in $1 million Jamaican without several times without selling many copies. And so I put that knowledge in this book, $1 Million Book Secrets, and I was able to write and publish it in a day, and it was the ebook. And I'm going to tell you all about that. But you don't have to rush like that. That is me doing that after being in the game for 10 years. It's now my 11th year in the game, and I have some skills, right? So, you know, they would say, caution when you're watching certain movies, don't do this at home. So I'm saying, caution, don't do this if you are new to publishing. If this is your first time, this is ill-advised unless you're getting help. And as this person said, it is a low content book. So I took on the challenge. I did publish 16 books in a year in 2020, but those books were written the year before. Last year, the challenge that I took on was both to either write new books or finish some books and publish them, and I did it. So these are the releases, and you can go and check them out to see if they make sense or no sense. Starting Without Money, most of these were written in a day. Most of them, the ebooks, $1 Million Book Secrets, the ebook, wrote it and published it in a day. Sorry. The print book, I had to wait on the printer, so within 10 days it was up. Nadia's Second Chance, written in about 2 or 3 days, and then published quickly. Ari Dreams, the children's book with illustrations, everything. It was ready, finished within less than 24 hours, including 20-odd illustrations. And AI had a lot to do with it. Some of those were not sprints. I'm just saying that it is possible. Now, if you're going to publish smarter and faster, by faster, we're talking about anywhere between 24 hours to 90 days. Traditionally, it's like a year or 18 months if you're going through a trad publisher and you have to submit and you get a deal and they're paying you to publish your book and you're going to get royalties. They take their own sweet time. But with the advent of independent publishing and Amazon, we can go faster. So the timeline I'm looking at here is 24 hours to 90 days. So and on average in our company, we publish books 90 days or 3 to 4 months. Now we are, based on my experience and what we are now offering, a low content book can be done in 14 days, and we're taking on the 30-day one with a manuscript that is not big. So it's small books. We specialize in Ruth-like books, up to 30,000 words. We've done bigger books like 100,000 words, a 400-page book. I have some of them here, but we prefer the smaller books. That is like a 100-page book or 100 to 200 pages for children, anywhere from 24 pages up. So if you want to learn to publish smarter, more cost effectively, the first thing you have to do is to know the publishing process. So I'm going to go through what that involves, because that's the only way you can cut down on the cost, unless you're getting sponsorship, right? Somebody is doing it for you. And so I created a course, Publishing Secrets 101 Masterclass. It's on Udemy. Over 2,400 people have done that course. It's free. It teaches you how you can publish a book for $500 or less. So all of those 13 books that you saw, I did not spend $1,000 on them. But my very first book that I published, it was 5,000 US dollars, more than what the people, the 50 Jamaican authors that I surveyed, paid. And then because I wanted 5,000 print copies, and I wanted it in color, and I was doing elaborate things, my budget was like 20,000 US dollars or 2 million Jamaican dollars back then. And I wasn't working and I didn't have any money, but I believed in my book and I went after it. Unfortunately, I didn't come up with all of that. I ended up $1 million in debt, and I did get enough to publish and print 1,200 copies. And so because the printing was where I went wrong, but I didn't know how to do this. And so I went through a hybrid company, and nothing is wrong with the rates that they charged me. It's just that, you know, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. So when I look back at what they actually charged me, it was worth it based on the value of the company, the profile, and everything. You know, you buy water on the street. When you go to the airport, you have to spend 5 times as much. if you want a Mercedes or a Benz, you know, it's still a car, but it has other features. You're going to pay more. But you have to understand the publishing process. That's the first thing. You need to know which tools you can use. And the tools that I used to be able to publish those 13 books in a year, it was almost like a book a month, sometimes 2. Atticus.io, that's a formatting and writing tool developed by Dave Chesson. Canva, and I use ChatGPT. I'm going to get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty. And another key, if you're going to publish smart and faster, you have to self-publish. And if you're new, I say self-publish with support. And that's why we have the Academy program that we encourage you to be part of it. And many of the persons that you heard share, they were in that program, because publishing, it can be confusing when you're new. And I primarily work with new authors, emerging authors. And some people, it's not that they don't know, they're just too busy. They don't have any time, so they want somebody to handle it. But if you're going to publish faster, many times you either pay express money or you learn to self-publish, to do some of it yourself. And self-publishing here don't mean you have to do all of it by yourself, but it means you're taking charge. So there are certain skills that I learned that helped me, like book formatting, and I bought certain tools. And like I said, I've been in the game about 10 years, but even if you're new, you can still learn how to use this to cut down on the cost. So the first thing is that you have to understand the publishing process so that you can know where you're going to get what. So I'm going to talk to you about the 7 secrets to publish on a budget, right? So this is where you're publishing smarter. And the full course, Publishing Secrets 101 Masterclass, is on Udemy. I also have some Publishing Secrets tutorial on the YouTube channel. And part 1 of this book, remember it's on discount now, $2.99 during the summit, covers the secrets to publish on a budget. All right. So I'm going to get into that, right? The 7 secrets to publish on a budget. You need to get some freebies. You will need affordable outsourcing. You will need to do some parts yourself. You will need to learn the publishing process. You need to find affordable printing options. And thank God for Amazon, because Amazon, when you publish with Amazon KDP, and I know some persons are anti-Amazon, I am pro-Amazon, because without Amazon, I wouldn't have a business. When you're printing as the author, if your book is priced at $20 on sale, as the author, you can get a copy, depending on the size of the book, for anywhere between $2, maybe 50, up to, say, on average, $4, talking US dollars. Now, to match that locally, very often we have to print in bulk, and that's what happened to me the first time, why it was so expensive for me. If you're not printing more than 300 or 500 books, you cannot bring down the unit cost. So Amazon now, if it's one book you want, you can print that one book without spending $10. And when you sell that book direct, you get to keep most of the profits. And you need a guide. So I had a mentor, and you publish smaller books. When I talk about smaller books, I'm talking 100 pages up to 200 pages, or even smaller. The minimum is 24 pages to publish on Amazon. And so you need to know what is publishing. And so I'm going to show you some tutorial on that. I see Claudine saying that she read it in a few hours and it has left her extremely encouraged. Very good. So what is publishing and what is involved in publishing? You need to know that if you're going to publish smarter. So let's get into that.
It is not as mysterious as some people would want you to think. My friend Diana Shanta, who wrote a book on Jamaican green smoothies, gave me this simple, logical definition many years ago, and it has helped me. She said, it is a matter of taking your manuscript and making it available to the public or your audience in print, audio, or electronic form. This therefore leads us to what I have developed as a simple MAP. And MAP there is an acronym. So the M is for manuscript. Let me define what a manuscript is right now. According to Racquel Deal of the Balanced Careers, a manuscript is essentially the earliest draft of a book. So it is the unpublished version of a book that in traditional publishing, you submit that to agents and to editors for publication consideration. In book publishing, agents and editors will often refer to books in manuscript form, noting that it is in the earliest stages of preparation. A book in manuscript form will always need to be edited. So it's that draft of the book that you have written. You may have self-edited yet, but it hasn't gone through that professional formal process yet. So the first step is that you have to have a completed manuscript, the first draft of your book, and you need to refine that, or what I call self-edit and polish that. Then the next part now is to acquire a team of skilled professionals to transform the manuscript into the format you desire. Or you can acquire the skills to do it yourself. As an independent author and publisher, I normally work with a team. I find competent persons and I outsource affordably. So when we talk about publishing on a budget, we're not saying you need to do everything yourself for this to work. And as I said, I'm going to be sharing some stories and sharing my own process so that you can learn how to get this done. So you acquire the team, the professionals, the persons to help you to put it either in print, electronic, or audio form. And then you need some kind of platform that you are going to publicize, make the book available. And this is where, to the public. So this is where companies like Amazon come in, and companies like BambuSparks. And you could even publish on your own website. And you could publish at your local printery, and you make the book available. You can sell directly or get it into bookstores. So that is what the publishing process is all about.
right. So that's the first thing you need to know, what is publishing, right? So you have to write something and then you want to make that available. Then the next thing I want to talk about is now the 7 secrets to publish on a budget, or the 7 secrets that you can use to publish smarter. And smarter, they're cutting down the cost. And in the final part, I'm going to show you some things you can do to DIY. Right? Remember, I said you have to know the publishing process if you're going to publish smarter. Then the second step, I said you need to know what tools you can use. And the third thing is if you get some mentoring while you are doing it. That's how you're going to do it smarter and faster. So to cut down on your costs, to do it faster, let's watch this one. What did I learn to move? So you need to know what publishing is, what are the parts of the process, so you can know what you need to do and where you're going to get it. So that's how you're going to cut down. Am I going to take a freebie? Where can I get affordable freelancers, services providers to get these things done? And today we introduce you to the BambuSparks publishing marketplace, where everything starts at $100. You have places like Fiverr. You have those companies that can assist you with certain parts. That is one of the things, that's a resource there to help you to do it smarter. So let's know the parts of the process. And then the next step would be, where would I get these things done? Because we're talking about smarter, right? I'll explain about faster in a little while. From $1.5 million in debt for publishing the first time and launching and printing. All right, so 7 secrets to publish on a budget. What did I learn to move from $1.5 million in debt for publishing the first time and launching and printing? So that was a combined cost. But if I just took the publishing production part, it was over $5,000 and the cover alone was over $1,000 and the illustrations over $1,000. One, I started studying publishing. So if you're going to publish on a budget, you need to know, or cut down on your costs, you need to know the parts of the publishing process. So familiarize yourself with publishing. And here are the parts, right? The first thing is that you need to have your manuscript finished, right? Idea to paper. You can't start publishing, which is making your work available to the public in either print, audio, or ebook format until you finish your manuscript. The manuscript is the unpublished draft of your book. That's the part that you're writing on your computer right now for most of you. That will be given to the editor and you polish that. Then the next part of the publishing is editing. There are different kinds of editing: structural editing, copy editing, and content proofing. That's part of the editing system. You need to know your book size and the publishing format that you're going to publish in. Then you're going to need layout. That is the formatting to make the book look like a book, and you need to review that. You need a cover designer. You need to get the ISBN, review the first couple of steps. Then you need to choose the platform that you're going to publish on. Most persons are publishing through Amazon and can print through Amazon. So once you understand the parts of the process, you can now determine who will help you to get those things done. Some persons, they don't want the hassle, so they hire a company or a publisher just to take care of all of that. Whether you hire a publisher or you are supervising for yourself, or you do like me, you're still going to have to review documents and you have to approve at the end. So once you know this, what is needed to get your book published, which is this process, you can seek guidance and you can do it yourself if you have the time. Because some persons don't want to DIY, they just want somebody to do it for them. But after a while, if you're going to publish many books, it's going to get expensive. And unless you have a good marketing plan and a sales plan, it means every time you're going to have to find at least $1,000. And so if it's 10 books you're printing, it's at least $10,000 in the long run. and it becomes more and more difficult to manage. All right, so now we know the parts of the process, right? So again, you're going to publish smarter and faster. You need to know what publishing is. Second step, you need to know the parts of the process so you can know where to get them if you're not going to pay a company to do everything. And many of us who are self-publishing, the reality is that we don't have no money. And so we are looking for ways to reduce the cost, which is what I'm going to be showing you. So here are some more secrets to reduce your cost. Here we go. Number one, familiarity with the publishing process. So you need to know the components of the publishing process. What are the parts of the publishing process? Two, write a small book. So the smaller your book, the less it's going to cost for editing and sometimes designing. So you want to aim for a small nonfiction book of between 10,000 and 30,000 words. And readers these days, they like smaller nonfiction book, on average about 25,000 words that address a particular point, and sometimes they like the books in series so that they can, it's almost like Netflix watching a movie, except you're reading book after book. So these smaller books are easier to edit and proof, easier to read, and will cost you less. So number one, be familiar with the publishing process and know the different components involved in the publishing process. Two, write a small book. Three, and this is a huge part, where possible, get freebie from qualified and capable persons. You could also trade or barter. And I'm going to, as I said, give you an example or a case study. Number four, you want to outsource a for Deb Lee. A good place for authors who are on a tight budget is Fiverr. Now, on Fiverr too, you have persons who operate at a highly professional level and are charging high rates, and you have persons who are just starting out. They are good, but they are looking to build up their resume. And once you look at the reviews and you look at the work, you can get persons who will do a good job without charging you an arm and a leg, as we would say in the Caribbean. So check out fiverr.com. You could also use Upwork. There also, you could use persons who are doing internship, and as I said, upcoming persons who are just starting out. I found my editor and the person who worked with me for 4 years, in fact, on Fiverr, and he was close to retirement at that time. And well, let's just say, yeah, 4 years shy of 60. So he was able to assist me with his expertise, and his rates were not the highest rates. Number five, you can learn some of the process and do it yourself. So when I published those 16 books, I learned book formatting for print book, and I learned it for the ebook. Now, even if you have to outsource your print book formatting, because it can be a steep learning curve, you can easily learn to format your ebook, and there are several videos like that on YouTube that teaches you, and there are some platforms that can help you to convert your Word document to your ebook for free. Like Drafted Digital has one of those. Another is Readsy. And like I said, you can learn to use it with tools like Calibre. You can learn to do that for yourself, and that will cut down on the cost or you outsource it affordably, you can spend $50 to do that. Because when you break down the parts of the process and you know what to do, you can save on cost. The sixth one is guided publishing. If you have an author to guide you who has done the process before, if you get a mentor, that will save on cost because they will help you to not make certain mistakes, and they can also point you in the direction of how you can get help. And the last one is choose your publication platform and method wisely. So you could start off with the ebooks and then later you go to the print book, because to actually publish, for example, if you publish on Amazon, they don't charge you to publish, whereas a platform like BambuSparks, you would have to pay to put your book on that platform. They charge an upload fee. Amazon does not do that. And it could be that you have a deal worked out with like a printer where they print the book first and then later you work out a payment plan with them. So it's a postpaid plan. You could also enter arrangements with publishers where you can be on a postpaid plan. I have done that with some authors, depending on where they are, like certain missionaries or retirees. I have said to them that, okay, I will publish the book, I will help you to launch it, and then we work out a payment plan afterwards. And I show them how they can leverage their books, how they can take pre-orders to print and collect money even before. So those are some of the secrets. Let's go back through the 7 secrets, and I'm going to do them this time in reverse order. So choose your publication method and platform wisely. Are you going to do ebook alone and then print? Are you going to partner with a local printery who will give you a postpaid plan? That will help. Get a publishing mentor or guide. Do someone who will guide you. 3, do some of it yourself. 4, outsource affordably. Make use of certain platforms like Fiverr.com, Upwork. Make use of interns and those who are just starting for certain component of the process, those who are trying to build up their reviews. Then 5, get freebies, and you can do that in different ways. It could be that you barter. It could be that, for example, with proofreading, instead of paying a proofreader, you set up your beta reading group and your community, and they will help you to proofread for free. And write a small book, number 6, because the smaller the book, the less it will cost for editing and the layout and the proofing. And number 7, learn the parts of the publishing process. Once you can break down the parts of the publishing process, you will be able to know where to cut your costs. So those are my 7 secrets. All right, so what you've been watching, those last 3 videos, is from a course that I created 5 years ago, Publishing Secrets 101, and that's to help you to publish cost effectively without compromising quality. So I need to update some of the information. And at that time, all I knew about was like go to Fiverr. With the advent of AI, you can get some of the things, freebies, without and that can help reduce your budget. I want to put this in context. The other thing, one of the things that was said in one of those videos is that BambuSparks charges you to upload. I think 2 years ago, they no longer charge you. They used to charge like $49 for you to upload. All right. So with the advent of AI, you know the parts of the process. You can reduce your editing costs because there are several types of editing that you need, and your proofreading. ChatGPT can help you. Grammarly, pro writing aid, but you still need the human eye to do the developmental or the beta reading, because the AI tools sometimes don't get the sense. You need to contextualize your work and put your own experience in there. When you've done with the AI can't proofread the formatting for you. It won't pick up that you put a full stop too far from something. It won't pick up spacing issues. And so you still need a human eye to do certain things. But with the advent of AI, we can cut down on certain costs. When I published my first book, my cover design, I went for a top of the top designer in Jamaica. My cover design and the 12 illustrations, it was 100, I think, and 40,000 Jamaican dollars. And this was 2014, right? That is over 1,000 US dollars at the time, just for the cover and 12 illustrations. I'm going to show you something. I created my children's book in August, Ari Dreams. It had about, it had more than 25 illustrations. And all I paid was 20 US dollars. Because I paid for 1 month's use of ChatGPT. I went on a paid plan for just 1 month. And I'm going to show you the illustrations, and you can tell me if these don't look good. I mean, or not. $20 from, if I were, sometime a designer might charge you $20 per illustration. $30, $100. I remember asking a young man I was mentoring to design an illustration for me with about 7 people. One was charging me 125 US dollars. I checked out another designer. He said it was going to cost me 500 US dollars. No, you can't fight people on their charge. You know, it's based on their value. But I don't have Benz and Bimmer money. And I'm not going to put myself in debt. So I did not use them. You have to go to where you can afford and still get something that still look a little professional. So let me show you. I went on ChatGPT. A friend of mine, I didn't know that ChatGPT could even design the illustration so beautifully. I was skeptical that it could work. And my author friend Aminata Coote said, I have a friend who used Meta AI to do her children's book illustration, and she just put it out for free. She was just testing it. And I said, Meta AI? So I don't know, but let me try ChatGPT. And then I started with ChatGPT, and I was on the free plan. I only got 5. But because of the whole memory system, and I wanted to retain what my illustrations look like, because you have to describe what you want, I had the story, and then I did what I call storyboarding. The different scenes in the book, I described what I wanted the pictures to look like. And then I fed it into ChatGPT, and I said, I want a 5-year-old Black child. And I took out the scene from the book and pasted it in there, and it started spitting out the thing. And I would say, keep the people looking the same, or that kind of thing. And then when I hit the 5 free limit, it said I have to pay. And I said, you know what? I'm not leaving this thing tonight, lest when I come back, it doesn't remember what the illustration looked like. And so I paid the $20, and this is what I got. We're talking about publishing faster and smarter. I wrote the story in an hour, and it took me about 8 hours to design, illustrate, and I was getting beta feedback. As when the story was finished and the illustration, I had friends on WhatsApp that I was saying to read the story, tell me how it go. One of my friends picked up that one of the illustration that Ari had 3 3 arms. So that's why you need other people's eyes on your work and not just yours. And I was able, I think I set up maybe a pre-order immediately, and I waited a little bit before publishing, but everything was done in a day. So that was faster and smarter. Let's look at my children's book. Remember, in 2014, I paid over $1,000 for just the cover and the illustrations. Are you seeing my screen? Let me see if I can get a bigger view here. All right, there we go. I didn't want the side screen. All right, so that's the cover. ChatGPT, $20 for all of this. Let me see if you're seeing. No, I'm in Canva. The other tool that I use, I learned book formatting, right? I took a course, I watch YouTube videos, and so I learned book formatting. I teach book formatting. I go to YouTube University. I paid Derek Murphy for his book formatting course, and that's where I started learning to format. And then it was self-paced, so anything I didn't understand, I would go back and watch a lot of his YouTube videos. Now I've created my own book formatting course that you can learn to format. So I use Canva and I use ChatGPT to get the illustrations. So I'm showing you all of these illustrations. We're talking about faster and smarter. Let me show you the illustrations. Go back over here. So you see all of that. It's a 30-odd page book. This is Ari, Dreams, all of that, ChatGPT, all of that. Now the formatting, putting on the words and everything, I had to do that. And there are certain specifications and formatting rules, but look at all of those. And that was the first time I was using ChatGPT to illustrate. And it did my whole book. And it didn't take me a day. If I were working with an illustrator, sometimes they would tell me that they want a whole month for this. Now, that is why many people are anti-AI. Because if you can spend $20 to get all of this, it kind of seems unfair. You are robbing the illustrators of their money. But so that's one argument. It is putting the designers out of business. So a lot of creatives are now anti-AI. But here's where I come in. I can do my own here, right? But sometimes I don't want to be bothered. Or I can do my nails. When I put on nails, they may last me a day. Sometimes before I get to the event, the nails start drop off. When I go to the professional, I just sit and relax. They do everything and it lasts me for weeks. There are many people, you've been seeing these ads on YouTube. It's annoying about you are 40 and over and don't know how to use the AI and all kind of stuff. But there is something in it. The older folks, and I'm talking to creatives now, the older folks, they don't want to bother with the technology. They don't want to use it. So you, as the creative, you can learn how to use the AI tools and do the work for them and charge them. So there is still work for you. Because as much as I know how to do this, if I were in a time crunch or something, I give it out to somebody else to do it. So this was $20, ChatGPT, and I got them, downloaded them, and then I came over to Canva. I'm on a paid Canva plan that's $8.49 per month, right? So you can go on the paid Canva plan or you can use the free Canva plan. And that is one of the ways now to publish smarter and faster, because I learned the skill of book publishing. If there was one skill, book formatting, if there was one, and for 4 years, I didn't want to learn to format. I was happy giving it out because you could pay $50 or $100 to format it. And so for 4 years, I wouldn't touch formatting. I wouldn't touch creating my own covers until the Lord was like, you need to learn it. And because I'm publishing so many books and writing so fast, you know how much money if I had to pay for every cover, even if the cover cost me $100 and I published 13 books, that would have been $1,300 US. When I did the 20 books, the 16 books, the cover alone would have cost me $1,600 had I not learned. So several of the covers that you see of the book, like $1 Million Book Secret, that was designed in ChatGPT. And it is produced in seconds. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT and give you an example. Just for interactivity's sake, give me the title of a book and the author name, and I will create a cover for you in ChatGPT in real time. All right, in real time. Let's do that. We're talking about faster and smarter. Just give me a title and the author. And then I'm going to create the cover for you. I need to log into my account. Hope I remember my password because I'm using a different browser. So I'm going to check the chat if you've typed in anything. Just make up a book title and a name, and then I'm going to pick it up and show you how you can design a cover for you in real time. This is a front cover. It's not going to finish the back cover and spine for you. All right, so I am going to sign in. So I'm in my account, and you can't design the cover in the temporary mode. It has to be in the, hold on, 7 Secrets of Customer Service for Caribbean Entrepreneurs. The title is too long. Can I get a shorter title, please? You have to learn how to title the stuff. The 7 Secrets part there kind of sound more like the 7 Secrets of Customer Service for Caribbean. It's kind of long, but let's try it, Anne. Let's try it. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT and demo. Let's just work with it. All right. Sometimes it will ask you, love me now, see Mariela. Okay. Let me try that. All right. Share screen and try it. All right. So I'm heading over to chat. So I'm telling you, these are AI tools. Canva also uses AI, and you can use it to amend your covers. I use Canva as well to do my spine and back cover. And there are ways to do that. And I learned that on YouTube. So love me now. So I talk to it like a real person. Hi, chat. Let me look at the cover. See Mariela. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Love me now. Hi, chat. Please design, I'm going to say a romance book cover with the title Love Me Now by C. Mariela. All right. And then I'm going to press go, right? Let's see what it does. We're talking about faster. Your designer typically is going to take 3 days, sometimes 7 days. And the honest truth is, back in the day, I was working with some Jamaicans, and they would take forever to get the thing done. And that's how I eventually went to Fiverr. And it's Racquel who introduced me to Fiverr. So when I say I could not do some of these things without Racquel, I was frustrated with my Jamaican designer who was taking 2 months to deliver the stuff. Look at this. I didn't specify if I wanted a black coupler or whatnot, but look at it, people. I should have counted. That is not a minute. And the front cover is ready. Look at it. Love me now. And it look good. If it is that you want something for a Caucasian audience. So I'm going to stop share. I'm going to bring up the cover, and you can rate this cover on a scale of 1 to 10. What you think of the cover. And it took less than a minute. All right. I'm going to bring it up big so you can see it. 1 second. Give me a second, people. We're talking about faster, smarter with AI. So this is real, people. This is real demo. 1 second. Having too much fun. I need to wrap up the presentation. Share the image. And then I'm going to open the floor for questions and then tell you how you can get mentoring through the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy. Rate this cover for me, people. It was done in a minute, less than about a minute. Rate this cover for me on a scale of 1 to 10. How much would you give it? You didn't pay $100 for it. You didn't pay. It cost you $0. This is a freebie. Remember I said if you know the parts, what can you get done? So AI can give you some of the freebie. For editing, I started using ChatGPT to do my proofing, but I still need a human eye. But because I've been in the industry for quite a while, to be honest, for some of the books that I was just, like my novels, I'm writing that for my own pleasure and just sharing it with the world. So I just have ChatGPT edit it. I read it out loud. I have a beta reader for some of the chapters. And the ones that are doing 24 hours, I just put it up like Nadia Second Chance. I didn't have anybody read that for me. I just went with ChatGPT. It did everything. So I spent $0 on the ebook. So someone said it looks typical, but typical works. This is where many times authors go wrong. You're trying to design a unique cover, and that's why sometimes the covers don't work and the book don't sell online. So readers want to see covers that resemble the genre. So it is typical, but it works because once I look at it, I see romance. The purpose of the cover is to identify in 2 seconds the genre and the type of book. So don't make the mistake of trying to create unique covers because readers won't be able to identify what kind of book it is, and it will affect sales. So in the book world, it's not about being unique with your covers. It's about familiarity and making sure that the cover looks like the other books in the genre. Now, many times I try to explain this to first-time authors, they're not getting it. And that's why your books sometimes don't move online, because you're trying to design something that is not in the genre. You're trying to explain the book on the cover and those different things. So plenty said, somebody said 8.5, not bad, but that was free. You just save $100 or you just save $500 if you were going to a top person, or if you're going to 99 designs. No, let me calm down. So the other tool I want to introduce you to before I end the presentation is the formatting. How did I get the formatting done so fast? I got the formatting done through Atticus. Now, I had the privilege of having Dave Chesson introduce Atticus for the first time to the world on my Authorpreneur Secrets podcast in 2021. And now Atticus has become so popular. That tool, hopefully I can get over there. It's for $147. It has formatting templates that you can use. Let's hope I can pick it up because I'm using another window. It's not going to pick up here, but it has tools that you can use, design templates, and just go check out Atticus. That is what I've used to be able to format the books real fast. The one format goes about the print and the ebook at the same time. It gives you two different output. I'm going to try to get in here and see if it works, because it's in a different browser and I'm not sure if this tool will pick it up, but I wanted to give you a live demo. But you can always go Google, go on YouTube. They have a channel that you can go. Also, Readsy have a free formatting tool. Draft to Digital has a free formatting tool. They also have book design, cover design tools as well that will help you. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can get in. I'm using a different browser and sometimes I don't even remember the password. And I'm trying to see if it is going to show up. Nah, it's not showing up. I would have to try a different, the other browser is not coming up to pick up. I wanted to show you, but I can take a screenshot and perhaps show that, or leave it and you go and investigate it. But Atticus, it has templates, and so I've been able to just go and plug in the content. The other thing that helps me to go fast is that many times when I'm trying to publish faster, it's not design intensive. I don't have a lot of images, except if it's a children's book, and then I'm using the AI tools. There are several tools out there that can help you with design. So I'm keeping to the basics. So I am the kind of person, I'm in my 40s, that they're prejudicing against in those YouTube ads. You're 40 and you're using ChatGPT like Google. Yes, I use it like Google, and ChatGPT is the most famous AI tool and it serves my purpose. So that's what I'm introducing you to. All right. And I trust that I have covered it. Publishing faster and smarter. One, learn the process, know the tools that can help you, get the mentoring, outsource affordably. And as far as mentoring is concerned, I established the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy to help persons to publish cost effectively. It's just $99 per month. You are assigned a coach. We try to help you to publish for less than $1,000 US. And I come in once per month to teach you and to answer your questions, and you have the coach working with you. Today is the last day, and I want to encourage you to sign up, because then you can get the mentoring and you can learn more about the tools and where to get affordable services. You also have BambuSparks, where everything starts at $100 in terms of the individual services. But remember, your book is an asset. If you have to spend the money, because you're going to make it back up to 95 years after your death. If you're a Jamaican, you own your heirs can be earning because you own the copyright. In some countries, the US elsewhere, 70 years. I think in Mexico, it's 100 years. If you sell 100 books at $20, you would make $2,000. And maybe the 100 books cost you $500 to print if you're doing it on Amazon. So you make $1,500. You want to go smarter, you can do pre-orders and get persons to order the book without you spending a cent. So if you get them to order early and you set the delivery point at a time that you know, you collect the money and then you go print the books and then deliver it. Even the printing doesn't have to cost you. I didn't know all of that when I started. And so there is no excuse. Knowledge is here. You can't say it is too expensive, so I can't publish. AI has made it more cost effective. There is help that is here. And you don't need to go in debt like I did. You don't have to suffer the pain like I did. Even the most basic tools, Canva, ChatGPT, Atticus. Grammarly, Pro Writing Aid. The free versions can help you to publish faster and smarter. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Group. This is a special program that I'm Ruth Taylor, inviting you to join the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy membership group. This is a special program that I created around this book, Authorpreneur Secrets: Write Fast, Publish Cost Effectively, and Generate Lasting Income. Now, we all know that if you're going to self-publish professionally and use a done-for-you service, that sometimes that can be quite expensive. And I remember my first publishing experience, how I went into debt for it. And so out of that experience, I have created a membership group, and once per year, I offer a special publishing challenge with support to help 10 persons to publish their books for less than $1,000 US. When you sign up for this membership group, you can publish in 3 to 6 months, and I'll come in once per month to have a masterclass on publishing and a Q&A, and you can pitch your book idea, and the rest of the community will give you feedback. On top of that, I'll assign each member to a publishing coach who will walk with you through the entire publishing process to ensure that you publish a book that is of good professional standards. So the key to publishing on a budget is to make that book small. And in this program, you will need a book of between, say, 10 and 25,000 words to make it work. The membership group is $99 per month. And then we're going to recommend to you affordable publishing services providers for the editing, the cover design, the formatting, everything. We want to get that done for $1,000 US. So if you stay in the group for 6 months, that's basically $600 for the membership fee. And then you would have to find a way to get all the other publishing services done for another $400. And so I want to encourage you to sign up. And remember, space is limited. Thank you. That's it from me.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ruth. Guys, that was a wonderful session. And I'm sure that there are tons of things that you guys learned from that session. So, like how we're so excited, our juices are flowing. Let's hear it. Can you share with me some key takeaways? Like, maybe share 2 to 3 things that you learned today. Is there anything that is new that you didn't know about before? Like, who would have thought that AI could be so powerful? I mean, looking at this a second time, seeing how AI created the images, I'm like, wow. And that book, yeah, that love, let me see the title of the book again. That title looked so good, right? That title looked really good. The love, oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of the book now, but that title looked lovely. Um, so while you're thinking about some of the things that you learned and you're writing it down because I can't remember the name of the book, let's look at our sponsorship ad once more. We have to shout out to our sponsors. So let's run that sponsorship ad once again. Love Me Now. Yes, thank you for. Okay, so remember to go on the website, check out the products and services, some of these things won't stay forever. So while we're wrapping up, while I'm waiting on some of the key takeaways, let me just encourage you to attend our final session later tonight. We're featuring Dale Mahfood on book festivals and why they matter, and some of the ones that you really should be attending. And that ought to be exciting. And a lot of times, like, we talk about networking, and to network, you have to actually go out there. You have to be where the people are. And sometimes these book festivals can connect you with potential buyers for your book, people who maybe you could collaborate on. Like, you never can tell what benefits you can get from attending these book festivals. So trust me, Love Me Now is actually, let me see. So I have a thing here, Love Me Now is actually a very good title. Go ahead and publish it. You may want to tweak the cover so it clearly, yes, I agree that Love Me Now is a very good book title, and it's in the romance. And then, like, the good thing with that is you can always tweak your subtitle to talk more about it. Ear the PR. Sorry. Um, so we talk about practical examples of cover illustrations, which is good in ChatGPT. Yes, that was one of the things that we talked about. Learn the publishing process is super, 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 super important. Ruth shared that, she spent over $1 million on her first book. And not that anything was wrong, it's just that it was information, right? She didn't know much about the process at that time. Now that she knows, I mean, 13 books, publishing, getting a book finished, writing a book in a day, like, what? This is, it's possible. The impossible, or what seems impossible, is now possible. Did I see something else? AI is not so scary. That is so true. At first, AI look, and you know what? I'm a millennial, and I also use AI, kind of like my Google search, but I also, use it in creative ways as well, because I'm a marketer, so I'll use it to help me create content. That kind of works. I'm also studying, so I ask it to help me with research. But of course, AI still, in the research space, let me clarify, in the research space, it's still very flawed. So I have to double check everything. Let's see what somebody else said. As usual, the summit is good. Aspiring authors would have learned a lot. Yes, I agree. And this is how I feel that we can do the ASA movement can really go far, because we're realizing now that with AI, it's easier to become an author. The author process is not so daunting. And once you can get your book out there, you can move to the next phase of getting your business out there. So I agree with you. It's not so scary, and it's breaking down barriers. Um, it's breaking down barriers. Let me see if there is anything else that I missed. Yeah. So these are some wonderful takeaways. Thank you so much. Keep them coming. But so again, one, come to the session later on this evening. We're featuring Dale Mahfood on book festivals and why they matter, and he'll give you some tips on the best ones to go. I want to let you know that the ASA registration is closing soon. It won't be up forever. So don't sit on this. It doesn't stay open all year. It won't stay open for long. It closes soon. Jump on that. I know you're getting the emails throughout the course of the summit. So yeah, I believe now we have, as we close out, there's one final video that we should be playing.
No, I think we're done now. Unless you want me to run the BambuSparks Pages of Hope videos, but we're out of videos now. We can
I
close.
would do that. But
Okay.
before I close, before I close, And before we run that Bamboo Sparks video again, I'm seeing two things here. Learning the publishing process, some things that I did not realize, although I have published the practical example of cover design to ChatGPT, all can be friendly formatting platforms to use. Yes, and I use no, I will say I have a degree in management studies and human resource development, but not a degree in English, not a degree in spelling. And I use ChatGPT as well to help me correct my grammar. I use free Grammarly. I know I can pay for Grammarly, but student life, so I'm not paying for Grammarly. But these AI things help. And then, okay, all right, this is something else.
Wants
So
to books
yeah,
in
and
30.
Claudette, you're being asked to once I could Claudette, just to say you're being asked to email the entrepreneur secrets .com, ruth at entrepreneursecrets.com to make arrangements for your gift. Let's run that video and then we shall close out.
1 second. When I touch it, sometimes it just comes up. So I'm going to run the two videos and you can close out. Again, if you don't want to write a whole book, but you have a powerful story, a testimony, because we can go from journal to book. A lot of us turn our journals into books. So this is not just a typical journal. It's a testimonial journal and notebook. We have quotes, and at the back of it is an inspiring story. And we created this to help to fund Hurricane Melissa relief efforts, at least two of the books, but we're looking for more testimonies. So it's 800 to 1,000 words. And you can write your thoughts that could later become a book, and you can read the inspirational story of success in it. And you can become an author for just investing $500. And if you want your book to come out fast, sermons to book or some small book, and you need somebody to just take charge of that, BambuSparks now has those packages, which is what we are showcasing. So I'm going to run the video again, and then we close out with those two, right,
Yes.
Racquel? All
Yes,
right.
we'll close out.
Second. All right, so let's go.
Are you a pastor or Bible teacher? Sermons to books in 30 days. Are you a pastor or Bible teacher? Would you like to convert your sermons to a small but powerful book to preserve your message and reach a wider audience? Then the Sermon to Book Rapid Release Spark is just for you. In just 30 days, you can get your book of 8,000 to 10,000 words published for just US $1,500. Conditions apply. Manuscript must be properly organized, well written, and require light editing. Submissions begin in February 2026. Manuscripts will be assessed before being accepted. Manuscripts that exceed the word count will not be reviewed. A payment plan is available. Conditions apply. Apply now at www.bambusparks.com/publishing deals. Email manuscript to admin@bambusparks.com.
Right, we have one more, and then we end the pages of hope, and then we end. Second.
Burning testimony or inspirational story that's worth publishing? Perhaps the cost of publishing has prevented you from sharing it. But now is your opportunity to publish your story without breaking the bank through BambuSparks' Pages of Hope Rapid Release Spark. In just 14 days, you can get your story published. Submit your testimony in 2 to 3 pages or in 800 to 1,000 words to get featured in our Pages of Hope testimonial notebook and journal. Ideal for Christians, entrepreneurs, coaches, nonprofits, or anyone with an inspiring story of achieving success despite the odds. Submit your testimonies between February 1 to 28. Successful applicants will be announced in March, with publication in April. Publishing fee US $500. Conditions apply. Complete the application form at www.bambusparks.com/publishing-deals and email submissions to admin@bambusparks.com.
And this is similar to like when you you're buying a space in a magazine, except it's not a magazine, it's a journal notebook. And so you're getting 6 to 8 pages. And then it's an investment, because when you sell the first 1,000 printed versions of this testimonial notebook and journal, you will get a royalty share. We're not going to tell you how much now, but the royalty share is enough that you would make back the $500 plenty times over that you would have invested. And these notebooks can be used as notebooks in school to take notes. They are premium notebooks. It's $1,500 per copy. You can use them. I have been using mine in my own mine in the business to take notes, to journal my ideas, to plan. So this has become handy dandy. If you're running mentoring groups, or you're just a person who like to journal, if you're running a shop or somewhere and you want to take notes, if you want to write down your book ideas, you can do it. When we're having the writing workshops, we're also going to be using these notebooks and have persons brainstorm, jot down ideas. And like I said, you can go from journal to book. If you're going through a situation, journaling is part of bibliotherapy. So writing and journaling can help with your healing. My mom got a copy of this book, and she has a colleague who lost a relative. And when she saw the pages of hope, she was so excited. And she read the story at the back, and she said, I have to give this to this colleague, because she can begin to write down her thoughts. And when she has overcome this, one day that can become a book. And my mom was just so excited to give out this gift. And so you can go on Amazon and order. We also have print copies here in Jamaica. So if you just email admin@BambuSparks.com, we can make them available. But this is another example of a low content book that could be done in a day. It took us a week to do this. And so you have no excuse.
Awesome. Thank you. And we are out of here. Bye, everyone. See you later.
See you later.